Today we're talking about why 2024 will be the biggest year for Northwest Arkansas ever. We're diving into all those reasons right now. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire. The horrible, the cesspool known as Illinois for way too many years. Broker up there, and I was looking for the best place to live in America. I searched high and low across all of America, and I ended up in Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America. By far. If you're ever in the area, if you want to know more about why I chose Northwest Arkansas out of anywhere else in America, let's meet up for coffee. Let's talk on the cell phone, text message, whatever the case is. Let's talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas out of anywhere else in America. And if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? What are all the cool things you need to know about Northwest Arkansas? Like all the things you need to know. Boop, 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 boop. Package, ship right to your home, right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. I'll get that package shipped to you right away. Literally, it's full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. And also, a side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking, It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so let's dive into the reasons why 2024 will be the best year for Northwest Arkansas ever. We're breaking this video down into two different parts. The first part will be like the economic side of things, whether it's Arkansas or America in general. And the second part will actually be the local things of stuff. And the first reason why 2024 will be the best year for Northwest Arkansas ever, honestly, the first reason is an economic reason, and that's the fact that interest rates are lowering. Now, I would not have made this section of the video if this was like 3 months ago, but we've seen such a dramatic decrease of interest rates, and not only housing interest rates, that's the point, part of it, but also just the interest rates in general. Because once interest rates come down, more capital is allowed, more capital is available to do bigger projects, etc. But with interest rates coming down, it will definitely drive more economic things to Northwest Arkansas. Now, you could argue the fact that maybe it's in effect every parts of America, but there are definitely parts of America that don't want to be there anymore, and they are going to be moving from A to B, and usually B is Northwest Arkansas. So just keep that in mind. Is one of the big factors, kind of uncontrollable, and obviously our factors, is the fact that interest rates are lowering, which will be a big driver for both residential and commercial spaces in Northwest Arkansas. And the second reason why 2024 will be the best year for Northwest Arkansas ever, again, this is another economic reason, and that's because of easing inflation. Now, again, this is things that we necessarily can't control. This is just a byproduct of the economic, political, yada, 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 all the fun stuff. But really, Northwest Arkansas will have a windfall from this because there's a lot of people, again, that want to move from different parts of America, and they really couldn't because of those reasons. So with deflation happening, less inflation, whatever word you want to put there, it's happening and it's going to affect Northwest Arkansas directly because Northwest Arkansas is a high desired area, and there's a decent amount of my clients that couldn't make the move because of economic tightness back where they're coming from. So with that economic tightness untightening and people, obviously home prices going up in those other places, lowering interest rates, etc., is going to make a big wave into Northwest Arkansas. So with inflation coming down or deflating or less impactful in general and wages rising, it will just create another economic driver for people to be able to move to Northwest Arkansas, and that will be a big driver for 2024. And before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications? Way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below. I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in downtown Rogers? What new businesses are moving here? What's going on in the amphitheater? What new cool things happening in downtown Fayetteville? What new... So many things all the time. Enter your email below, enter your name below. I'll make sure that you get that email every single Friday. But something to be aware of, something to be concerned about. You will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third reason why 2024 will be a big year for Northwest Arkansas, and that's the fact, again, this is another economic reason, is that when 2024 turned over to this financial year, Arkansas lowered both their personal income tax as well as their corporate taxes by a decent amount. And so if you weren't aware, the goal for Arkansas is to eventually become a zero income tax state. And they're on the pathway to that. I'm guessing in about 4 years, they're going to get really, really close to that because Arkansas usually has a surplus, about $1 billion to $800 million surplus of money every single year. So they take a good chunk of that and apply it towards the state income tax as well as corporate tax. So I say all that to say, with this, the obviously lowering of the state income tax, plus in my opinion, the bigger factor is the actual corporate tax. It's going to be a huge economic driver for the area. Now, why I'm more, I guess, excited for the actual commercial one, the actual business income tax, is because when you start lowering that tax bracket for businesses in general, it allows more capital to be allocated towards hiring employees and more stock, meaning of obviously e-commerce and retail. But on top of that, it actually is a big driver for luring business here as well as building businesses here as well. Because sometimes when businesses are built in certain states, they leave the state and go to a different, more economic friendly state. Arkansas is a very economic friendly state when it comes to businesses, and they're becoming even more economically friendly. So it's going to just bring more businesses here, both headquarters and everything else, into the area. So that's gonna be a big economic driver as well. And the fourth reason why I think 2024 will be the best year ever for Northeast Arkansas is that this is actually more of a local reason now at this point, is the fact that there's gonna be more building than ever. In my past other videos, I've mentioned that 2024 is going to be a building year, and that rings to be true altogether. An article just came out about 2 months ago that Northeast Arkansas took the crown from New York City. New York City has the most cranes per capita forever. Northwest Arkansas took that crown from it and is wearing it currently. We have more cranes per capita per person all in America. So we've taken that crown from them because of the amount that we're actually building. So if you are in Northwest Arkansas and you're driving around from Bentonville, Rogers, and Fayetteville, there are cranes, I wouldn't say everywhere, but there's a lot of cranes building big buildings, and not big buildings, but building buildings, because we're not going to do skyscrapers here at all. But obviously with the Walmart HQ, all the hotels, all the new buildings going in downtown Rogers, all the things happening in downtown Fayetteville, there's a lot of cranes here. So we took that crown. I say all that to say that with all this building comes more people. Last year, I helped so many people from other parts of America move here because of the actual job force. More electricians, more HVAC, more iron workers, more construction, more laborers, whatever the case is. So many, or just architects and engineers, and whatever the case is. Whenever it focuses around building things, those people got job offers to move here. And so that will be a big factor in 2024. I cannot stress that enough, of all the projects that are happening in 2024. If you are any sort of trade whatsoever and you're watching this video, look for jobs here. There are so many jobs, whether it comes to residential building, when it comes to commercial building, architects, engineers, electricity, HVAC, roofs, whatever, piping, plumbing, doesn't make a difference. If you are involved in building whatsoever, you are needed here in Northwest Arkansas, and 2024 is the year for that to start. 2025, 2026 will be the starting line for Northwest Arkansas because of everything is being finished up, and then new projects will be started, of course. So it'll be very fascinating to see 2024, how it wraps up with all the building that's currently happening. And the fifth and final reason why 2024 will be the best year ever for Northwest Arkansas, and this is actually due to brand of Northwest Arkansas versus anything. They started this whole Northwest Arkansas thing, I guess we want to call it that, back, I'm going to guess in 2018, 2017, 2019, right around that frame. And it's finally coming to a point where the brand is starting to be recognized across America. I've traveled definitely parts of America where I've said I live in Bentonville, I live in Fayetteville, they always say Crystal Bridges, or they talk about Walmart, or they talk about the mountain biking trail systems, or they talk about the Walmart amphitheater, they talk about the Razorbacks. There are so many brands that exist in Northwest Arkansas, and Northwest Arkansas is finally becoming a brand of itself. And that brand is becoming capitalized and becoming multiplying itself over and over again. And so back when I first moved here, it was 32 people per day were moving here. Now it's 37 people per day. I imagine that it'll be 45 people per day moving here in 2024. Because the thing that happens is people move here, They love it here, obviously, and then they tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends, and their friends move here, and then those friends who moved here tell their friends. And it just becomes this cycle of multiplication because it's such a fun, amazing place to live, whether you're moving here for a job, whether you're moving here for the outdoor trail system, whether you're moving here because you want to retire, whether you want to move here because you want to homeschool your kids, whether you want to move here because whatever the case is, there's so many factors of reasons that people move here that it just becomes this multiplication factor. And so 2024 will be the biggest multiplication factor with brand and all the things that are happening here. It will just be a big year for movement because it's finally catching up to itself when it comes to people finding out about the area. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries, link below. Maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it and you usually get down here. Also, when you come down here, I can give you a $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, you can check out some home for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, let's see you next one.